All right, let's take a look at adding some conditions. Conditions are going to allow us to do some tests to make sure what we're trying to put together in this case is safe and not going to throw an error. So this works well even with lists that have different numbers in them because we're generating a random number. And the random number is always going to be between 0 and the length of list minus 1. But what if we weren't using random numbers? What if, like in our first example, we tied these together manually? So we would say print, let's actually use this one right down here. Let's do x and x. Okay, first name's x, last name's x. Remember, x is going to be between 0 and the length of first names. Now, first names has one more than last names. Okay, so we're going to get an out of range error there because it's trying to access something that doesn't exist in last names, right? Because there's no sixth item in last names. So what we want to do is let's just put a really simple test in here. And the test is going to check the length of each list. And if they're the same, then it's going to process. If it's not, it's just going to end this, this for loop. It's going to stop. So we can say if length of first names equals, now this is a comparison operator. And you'll see there's two equals next to each other. Other comparison operators, this is equals, this is does not equal. We've got greater than equal, less than equal. We just want to use, we want to compare these two to see if they are the same number in this case. Length of last names. Okay, then we're going to do something. Let's just put some print statements in here for now to test our logic. This is a great way to learn how to program. Print exactly what we want. Lists are the same length. Okay. Now, let's put another condition in here that's tied to our if. Let's say an elif, and this is a second condition. So if this one doesn't meet true, right? If this one is false, it's going to move on to the next one and then the next one until it runs out of conditions to process through. And this is an else if statement called elif in Python. Let's say if length of first names does not equal length of last names. Print lists are not the same length. Okay. Run it. I put it in the it's in the loop right now, so it's doing for lengths of first names. Okay, they're not the same length. If I get rid of this, they are the same length. Okay, and you can see that. And it also did it one fewer time because there's a less item in there. Okay, so we wanted to test this each time. What we should probably do is remove this from the for loop and make this a condition test. I'm just going to cut and paste this, and then we'll just block that back out there. And we'll get rid of it from here. We'll put let's test our logic here. Put a pass in there. Okay, lists are the same length. And we'll put poor John back in here. Lists are not the same length. Okay, so if they are the same length, okay, let's do let's put our data in here. Let's put our function in there, okay? We're not using actual functions yet, but what we want to do. And what we want to do is bring my for loop right in there. So right in here, I'm going to nest in here what it is that we want to do. And what we want to do is we want to do this. Okay? And then our elif statement, we're not going to put anything in there. And this is the simplest way to test this condition and make sure that we only run this print statement if our condition meets true. Okay, they're not the same length. If I were to put a get the names right, now it works because they are the same length. So it's a very basic condition.